we're diving into the invisible shield that protects you in the hospital: patient safety goals. So let's kick things off with a question. What do you think is the single most important thing in a hospital? You might think it's the fancy scanners or the cutting-edge equipment, but that's not it. Above everything else, the number one priority is protecting you from harm. That's the promise of safe care. And that promise is held up by the International Patient Safety Goals. They're working to protect every single patient. So what does this actually mean for you? Well, let's start at the beginning. First up, who you are really matters. The staff has to use at least 2 ways to identify you before doing anything, like giving you medicine. This is a huge deal for preventing mix-ups. You're a person with a name, not just a room number. All right, so after who you are, it's all about how everyone talks about your care. Communication is absolutely critical. This makes sure that urgent info like test results gets passed along correctly and fast. No delays. Okay, now let's talk about the really high stakes moments. We're talking about getting medicine or heading into surgery. There are special rules for what are called high alert medicines. They need extra careful handling to keep you safe. And for surgery, think of it like a pilot's pre-flight check. There's a mandatory safety checklist. No exceptions. This whole process leads to a timeout. It's a final pause where the entire team confirms every single detail. You know, the incredible thing is that so many of the biggest risks are totally preventable with simple habits. The number one way to stop infections from spreading in a hospital, it's ridiculously simple. Clean hands. Sounds basic, I know, but this one simple action literally saves lives. All right, the last preventable risk we're going to cover is something that's a big deal: the risk of falling. So the care team figures out who is most at risk for a fall and then takes specific steps to reduce that risk. So how does all this come together for you? You can think of these goals as your own personal safety checklist. This is the system working behind the scenes, protecting you at every single step of your healthcare journey. So next time you're in a hospital, keep an eye out. Knowing these goals are in action empowers you.